Slagle and Treasurer Reverend Slagle.
Thank you. Would you join me one more time in congratulating all of these students? Thank you guys for having a seat. I'm going to try to speed up the next part of this program. Something that is required for me to do as us being a Title I school. And we've got just a short PowerPoint to show you. It tells a little bit about what a Title I school is, what we're able to do, the funding that we receive because of Title I. Jordan Hill is a Title I school. So if we would, we'll get started. We have been a Title I distinguished school. And also last year we were a reward school, which means we made adequate progress for the year. Students progressed higher than the average students throughout the state of Georgia. We're very proud of that. It says our Georgia Hill staff and students make the grade. This is just some pictures of some of our students and the work that they're doing. Wish you could see the bottom down there. That's some of our second graders this year that were studying science, the rotation of the earth and the movement of the sun. And they actually created human sundials out there. They've got it drawn in chalk, but with it being so bright, it's very hard to see. Those are some things that we're doing in science. We're trying to be more hands-on with all of our activities. What will accountability look like for us this year with these things? You know, you've heard the Georgia CRCT. The students have taken in grades 3, 4, and 5. For the last several years, it used to also be the first and second grade. With the new Common Core standards, that has changed. It's no longer the CRCT. It's no longer going to look the same way. It's called Georgia Milestones. Georgia Milestones still has part of the test that is multiple choice like the CRCT used to be, but it also has questions that are extended response and also constructed questions. Students will have to be able to write out answers as well as do multiple choice. So they have to have a deeper understanding of the material, how they came up with the answers that they came up with, and be able to actually explain that. So the Georgia Milestones is something that's new that's coming. If you are a parent of a 3rd, 4th, and 5th grader, you will hear a lot more about that as the year progresses. The CCRPI, College and Career Ready Index, is what we're going to be gauging on. It used to be adequate yearly progress. This is our form of making sure we're accountable for what we're supposed to be doing. We're going to have a little bit more flexibility in assessments. We're doing some common assessments, trying to get our kids ready. This also measures achievement and also growth, how they grew from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. It's very important for us. It's also this year testing all 5 core content areas. In the past, they used to focus strictly on reading, language arts, and math. Now they're also incorporating science and social studies. So it's everything that's going to be tested. Targets will be set by the school and the district. We have done that, and we are well on our way. Our staff and students are setting SMART goals. They're specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. These are goals that we're hoping that we meet throughout the year with the students. It gives the students something to shoot. These are our percentages last year on the CRCT. As I said, it's not going to be the CRCT anymore, but we did pretty well with these. 94% of our students passed reading and language arts, 84% passed math, 81 science, and 84 in social studies. So we were above the state average in all of those categories. We utilize computer-based learning. It's one of the strategies we use to help with our achievement, but the computer is just a tool. It's not the actual teacher. But there are a lot of programs that we use that you can actually get on at home for your students to work with. Our goal is to increase our achievement in reading, math, science, and social studies. We want to improve attendance by decreasing the number of student absences by 1%. They've actually changed the way that they calculate this as well. It used to be calculated based on the number of students missing over a certain amount of days, but now they take school-wide. It used to be 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Now it's school-wide, K through 5, and all of the absences are averaged across the school to get the number of days that students actually were here. And then we're hoping to increase our parental involvement in workshops. Our parental involvement coordinators, and I'll introduce you to them in just a little while, do a great job setting up workshops for us. And try to set them throughout the day, some in the morning, some during midday, some in the afternoons, and even evenings, so that everyone will have an opportunity to participate in those. As you see, we're trying to increase our focus on science and social studies with experiments that the kids are doing, because they learn more by doing than not just hearing. What is a Title I school? It's a school that receives funding from the No Child Left Behind or the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, and it's based on the number of children in the school that receives either a free or reduced lunch, breakfast and lunch. They just call it the lunch program. This has been increasing for years because of the economy. When I first arrived 7 years ago, we were about 62%, I believe, and as of last year, we were about 82%. The economy is affecting all the way. It's kind of good and bad. As the number increases, the funding also increases, so we're able to receive a little more funding to help out with the schools. As you can see, pre-K, our instruction here always starts with pre-K. That's where it begins through 5th grade. So we start them early, making sure they're receiving a good quality instruction. How are their needs identified? We have the comprehensive needs assessment that's done every year. It begins in January to January, and we look for what type of things that we need to accomplish, where we need to improve. So we have our leadership team that meets. We have selected parents that come in our central office, and we meet to try to determine those needs. So be ready. We may ask some of you to help us with that when January rolls around. Title I makes it possible for us to do a lot of these things. We do an after-school tutorial to lead up to the testing in April. So we start in January identifying students who need a little extra help. We have an after-school tutorial for them. Professional learning opportunities for our teachers. They learn just like our students do, learn new and better ways of delivering instruction to make sure that our students are getting the best. We have instructional paraprofessionals here at Jordan Hill. We have 3 of them that work with the students at every grade level, also run our computer lab. And then the equipment. We purchase a lot of technology with our Title I funds. We have Mimios. If you've been into your child's classroom, we have the interactive boards in every classroom. The Mimios are very neat because you don't have to have a certain type of board. As a matter of fact, we have a device that we can plug in and stick to this wall, and it would make the walls become an interactive board so that you can go up and tap and touch on the wall or the board, and the kids can actually go up and physically do these different activities. We have iPads, laptops, document cameras. All of this is in each classroom now. Our parent involvement coordinators are funded through this. Classroom supplies, computer software, special programs. You see students here. That's one of our Title I paraprofessionals. And then the computer lab, that's just a few students that are working within our computer lab. Technology is one of the hardest things to do because you fund the technology and within a year, it's just about outdated. You have to turn around and try to work with it again. We're trying to spend the money wisely and get out ahead of all of that. It also helps our teachers, highly qualified teachers. All of our teachers here possessing the bachelor's, master's, specialist degree. We have a lot of teachers that are gifted indoors, at least one on every grade level, 2 on most. We have reading, math, and science endorsements. If you've heard the term STEM, S-T-E-M, is science, technology, engineering, math. That's a push that started about 5 years ago. In order for us, toward the end of the shooting, to become a STEM certified school, we have to have 70% of our staff that are certified or endorsed in either math or science. And we're at about 60% now, so we're well on our way. There's a lot of other things that we need to do, but that's one of the first that we try to reach. Challenging construction is a big key to student success. You see on the left is Patty Banks. You'll see her in just a little while. She's our music teacher. She's also our teacher of the year. And we congratulated her earlier because at the last board meeting, out of the 18 schools, she was named in the top 3 as the 3 finalists. And they will be naming the actual final teacher of the year for the system sometime next month. But that's her. She's teaching the students. If you haven't seen them, they play ukuleles. She teaches them chords on the ukuleles. They have a lot of different instruments within the classroom that they use. The increasing parental involvement. Tonight we just have this program, but other PTO nights we have what we call Make It Take It, where we encourage parents to come out. We will show you how to create manipulatives to help with your children at home to learn. We have Math Mania that will be coming in March. Same type thing, math games that we use. Curriculum night, which we had last month. Science night that will be coming in November, where we have all kinds of science experiments all around the building, and you come with your child and participate in those science experiments. Our parental involvement coordinators, I'm going to ask them to just kind of raise their hand when I call their name. That's their information up there. We have Ms. Kim Holden, and also Ms. Heather Ingram right behind me there. So those are parent involvement coordinators. There's their email addresses if you ever want to get in touch with them, or just call them here to the school, and we'll be glad to get them for you. This is some activities for our science night. I want to show you. Coach Brewer, where they're blowing these huge bubbles that used to be, we get in and pull them up and actually close themselves in bubbles. Really neat. Trying to see what they're making there. Was that the elephant toothpaste? One of those activities. There's all types of fun stuff we actually come and participate in those. We're asking you to get involved as parents. We have parent surveys that come home. They send them to you. Tonight, I think they have the lab set up. If you didn't get a chance to go in on your way in, kind of check that out on your way out. Ms. Holden and Ms. Ingram will be there to help you with the parent survey that we have, questionnaires. We have the workshops and trainings that I was talking about. If you're able to participate in those, please do. Our school compact that's developed every year. We have parents work with us on that. We have parents involved in our school council. Volunteering just to come in, help out in the classes, and then also being involved in the PTO, which I know our PTO officers will appreciate very much. We have events. This is not our normal. This is Jay's Hope for Half Day, but then we also have another day later for Relay for Life. It's a half day. Kids wear all kind of crazy hats and things that they enjoy doing. Okay, the Georgia Student Assessments for Learning. We have our common assessments, pre and post tests to gauge how students are improving from beginning to end. We have diagnostic tests 3 times through the year to make sure that students are on track. The ones that aren't, we can provide help for them. Formative assessments in the classroom, our standardized tests, which I said, the new milestones, the G-Kids for our kindergartners, SLOs for the lower grades, and then also our GAA for our special needs students. We have assistance in remediation, K-5, Curative Intervention, RTI, PBIS. I hope you've heard some of these from your students. Our positive behavior intervention support. Students for doing the right thing, being respectful, responsible, and safe. They can earn Jaguar bucks that they can accumulate, and we have a Jaguar mark that every 3 weeks they can go through and purchase items with their Jaguar bucks. We have our EIP program that addresses students who are not at grade level and need help. our special education gifted. And here we have a segment during the day for every grade level that's called remediation and acceleration. Students who are struggling, we give them extra support. Students who are above, we kind of push them. Strategies and programs, I'm not going to read all those to you, a lot of different programs. Computer-based, but also just some hands-on activities within the classroom. Here's two websites you can go to for the Common Core. I know you hear a lot about it. Please don't just believe everything you hear. Go and check it out for yourself. No better way to know about something than to do it for yourself. And then the Georgia DOE website, you can find out all the information there. Or if you'd like, ask some of our teachers and we'll give you our opinion from Common Core as well. Our Jordan Hill vision, our students will lead the system, region, and state in exceptional character and academics. And we're looking for another great year at Jordan Hill. So with that being said, we'll make sure that somebody knows why you're here. Now we're going to get to the good part of the meeting. Thank you for being patient with me with this. As I said, it's something that we're required to do. We'll make sure that you're informed about what we do with the funding that we receive. So I hope they've gone to this point to get our pre-K and kindergarten students to be ready for the program.